and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as the United States. It's September of 1968. We've been at war with Japan for 6 months. We've fought two pretty major battles in the Far East, and they're still attempting to take the Liaotung Peninsula. We're trying to push them out. We should probably launch a counter-invasion of Shanghai or something, but we are losing an enormous amount of money every month currently, because I gave resources to the army for an offensive. So we're probably going to have to, I don't even know how we're going to balance the budget on that. I'm probably going to have to pause all these destroyers immediately, just so we don't run out of money wholly immediately. In the meantime, looks like we have 10 carriers each operational right now. We've actually attained a slight superiority over Japan. I should make sure our bases in the area are all actually in good condition. Let's see here. Port Arthur, what are you operating? Heavy jets, jet attack, but not enough of them. Add more. Well, jet attack probably really. Why are you only at 18? Oh, you're just under strength because of losses. Okay. Korsakov, that's up north. You should also probably get more jet attack. Way Highway, that is local, right? Where's that? Oh yeah, that's right here. It's actually more relevant than Port Arthur. We should probably look at what we've got at Fusan, particularly. That's the most likely to become directly involved. Way Highway is fully equipped. Tarawa, Majuro, Chimulpo, Fusan, well, and Tsingtao, of course. Although Tsingtao is a little peripheral, really. Tsingtao has 0 aircraft. Okay, well, we should probably... yeah, we should probably add some. And then these two just need to... Where's Chimulpo? Oh, up there. I see. How you do? Yeah, you have 0 aircraft. Okay, add heavy jets. Hi. How's it going? Add jet attack. Fusan has... Oh, Fusan also has nothing. Okay, that is a problem. Alright, we're going to pile a whole bunch of jets in there. This will definitely help our situation in the area. I could have copied and pasted some of these. Okay, that's a little better. Hopefully that will help the aerial situation around here. I mean, it'll take a little while to adjust, but well, we still have surface superiority. They have a lot more light cruisers ready than us, but we're rushing a few more over here, I'm pretty sure. Where are they? Yeah, this whole squadron is coming through the Caribbean. So, see how this goes. Battleship engagement in support of land combat. I don't think Japan wants to fight us in a battleship engagement, but sure, bring it on. That looks like more than just battleships to me. That looks like we have about 10 carriers, but alright. We have a single battleship, USS Montana. We have 3 battle cruisers, USS Oriskany, Essex, and United States, along with a pair of heavy cruisers, Indianapolis and Savannah, and what looks like about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 supporting destroyers. And then we have the carriers Hornet. Uh, what is that one? Shangri-La, possibly overlapping with another one. Randolph is apparently underneath them. Starjumper, Bennington, Yorktown, Wasp, Bonham Richard, Kearsarge, Franklin D. Roosevelt. We have 3 carrier divisions, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All 10 of our carriers are here, along with a battleship and 3 battlecruisers. So this is pretty much everything. There might be a few destroyers or something that aren't present, but this is about all we got in the Far East at the moment. It's 4:30 a.m. local time. It's September, but it still will be light pretty soon, so I mean, we've just got to hope we find the Japanese quickly. In fact, let's start getting, every aircraft we've got prepped for a full-scale attack the very moment that we spot something. With escorts, even. This is going to be a lot of firepower. This is definitely going to be a lot of firepower. Hopefully, it's enough to actually overcome the SAM defenses of the... What now? Where is the destroyer, Allen? Right there. I don't see the slight... I don't have the slightest inkling of any Japanese ships around. We have recon aircraft all over the place, and I still don't see any enemy ships. It could be enemy aircraft. Oh, nope, here come the missiles from over here. Oh, jeez, do they have better radar than us? Or it could be guided by their aircraft, but it's a problem either way. Okay, let's please go to maximum speed and turn away from all those incoming missiles, probably. Well, so much for USS Whipple. Yeah, that's her whole structure. What? Oh, well. Yeah, Whipple's not gonna... Oh, hell, they're right there. How did we not spot them until that range? Okay, if everybody would go ahead and open fire, that'd be great. The number of missiles incoming, that is not just a couple of cruisers. That's a lot of cruisers. Okay. Preliminary reports of a couple of CVs down there. How are we doing in terms of readiness? We are not ready. Okay, well. Man, that's a lot of missiles. I don't think that it's worth firing a whole lot of our missiles back at these guys. They look very small. These are probably just scout destroyers. Oof. Boy, they really hate the destroyer Whipple, huh? Although they only actually hit her twice, but I don't think she's gonna survive. They have fired a lot of missiles at what must be extreme range, and most of them have missed, so... They've gotten a couple of hits like that, but one missile is not going to take out a battlecruiser, so they've kind of wasted a lot of their very limited supply of missiles here. At least I would think. Okay, that one's disabled. Daylight imminent. Maybe we'll wait for that to officially launch the airstrike. There's at least 2 separate groups firing missiles at us. Okay, full daylight, and I can confirm that that's a bunch of cruisers right there. And destroyers, no doubt, but that's a lot of ships anyway. Let's go ahead and fire at will. Return missile fire now that we've got some daylight to help us guide. Wonder if that's a battlecruiser. They've got 1. And I know they've got 1. Okay, we are ready with our strike. Let's go ahead and target. Hell, if we don't catch their carriers with the first strike, we could be in some danger. I think they're down here. Let's go for there. Alright. Launch. You will not land at dusk. Or maybe you'll land at dawn still, but whatever. Launch. 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 And launch. That's going to be a lot of aircraft. Indianapolis has been hit by a missile, but we are returning fire now. 1 hit immediately. Several hits immediately. I don't know if we have quite as much missile firepower as they do, but we're firing at much closer range, and with the benefit of better targeting from daylight, so hopefully... Unfortunately, I think a lot of what we're hitting is these 2 already wrecked ships, but hopefully we're hitting those a little. We have wasted a lot of missiles on those. I'm going back to not fire at will mode for a second. Just to preserve our remaining stocks. Is that Whipple over here on her own? Yeah, she's not okay. But she'll be, well, she won't be okay, but... Alright, it looks like there's at least 2 destroyers totally wrecked in between the fleets, and probably a heavy cruiser. I'm guessing that's their battlecruiser. Hopefully we can hit that immediately. That's the only surface unit they have that's a real threat to our capital ships. If it is their battlecruiser, but it's probably around somewhere. Anyway. Yeah, Whipple is unsurprisingly not okay. Alright, hopefully, there come our aircraft. In case we got any missiles left, I'm going back to fire at will, and hopefully we aim for these instead of those now. Yep, okay. Oh, found the battlecruiser. Hit the battlecruiser with 3 missiles at a range of only, what? The range is not, 10,000 yards-ish. I think those were Savannah's missiles, probably. Well, if we kill that, that'll be a pretty big win, even if we don't get the carriers. She's definitely outmatched by USS Montana. In SSMs as well as in guns, if it comes down to that. Not to mention in armor. Right, that's a lot of missiles we actually hit her with. Well done. Ooh. Yes. How bad is it? It's, well, flotation damage. Fortunately, one of those missiles has just sort of knocked her out of line. It won't be that bad in the long run, I don't think, but... Montana is easily in torpedo range of all these guys, isn't she? They seem to have shot their bolts so far as missiles go, though. Let's just turn away a little. Try to get some destroyer cover. Poor Whipple. Now, hopefully, yeah, it looks like there's pretty confirmed reports of carriers down here. Hopefully we're hitting them. because my surface force is very busy at the moment. I need to pretty much flatten this force before we can get to those carriers. Well, plenty of aircraft involved. Whether it'll be enough to overwhelm their SAMs, I don't know. We're certainly losing plenty of aircraft, but, Savannah took some hits there. They've got heavy cruisers with 10-inch guns mixed into this force as well, but... I mean, whatever damage they're doing has to be inconsequential compared to what our 4 surface 16-inch gunships are doing. It's just mostly, since it's daylight, mostly a matter of avoiding getting hit by torpedoes. Whew. Those SAMs are taking a fearful toll on our ships. Oh, we'd better, give me heavy cap, please, at least. I've yet to see the enemy actually respond, so... We are at least hitting something for all the aircraft we're losing, but, whether it's enough, I don't know. Some torpedoes going out at he. Alright, well done. I think she's dead, to be honest with you, but, whoa, Montana, that's a little sharp. Did I tell you to do that? Maybe I did by accident. Davis, that was a little... Oh, the carriers are getting a little close to the surface engagement, aren't they? Well, as long as we're winning the surface engagement, that's not such a big problem. But let's go ahead and take a swing to our port. A little late there, Shangri-La, but better late than never. What we want to do, I mean, we can't let, like, this Chokai get anywhere near our carriers, obviously. Okay. Oh, yeah, the good news is we're still on fire at will, and all our carrier escorts are bombarding her with missiles. Where do we reckon? Okay, their carriers are right here, more or less. So that's... My god, the report flags. Glad aerial reconnaissance works well. Isn't there a... Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Oh. Right. Yeah, like this many. Let's just thin it out a little. There's still so many. Which are the newest ones? The ones at the top? Great. Okay. Still a lot, but, trimmed it down a little. It's getting to the point where I couldn't see the screen under the flags. I wish he would officially sink already, because I'm pretty sure my ships are still wasting a lot of ammo on her. How close are we to port? Pretty close. Oh, that's why Shangri-La's aircraft were so late. She went the wrong way and is stuck in Dalney Harbor. Essex, how are you doing? Pretty well. Not on fire anymore. Can you make 30 knots? No. Okay, well, honestly, why don't you just go back to port then? If you can't make 30 knots, you're not that much use to me. Okay, I'm guessing it was with missiles. We seem to have disabled the Chokai. Which, not as good as a battle cruiser, but pretty good. They don't have a lot of heavy cruisers left. I would say their surface force has been pretty thoroughly mauled here. There we go. I was wondering how long it would take their carriers to respond. Too damn long. They've already definitely gotten hit by us. Whether it's enough to knock them out, I don't. Probably not, but if we're lucky, we'll have done some major damage anyway. We've pretty much smashed the surface force, so. Alright. Indianapolis has been hit by several missiles. She's not okay, I don't think. Where is she? She was with the battleships at some point. Oh, back here? Huh. What's even hitting her? I feel like it could have been our own missile, to be honest. Well, what's the range? Only about 40 nautical miles. So, as soon as our battle cruisers and Montana. Damn it. I was just about to do an anti-torpedo maneuver. As soon as we clear the head of this straggling destroyer formation, we're going to turn hard to starboard and chase their carriers down. Montana is a 60,000 ton ship with a lot of torpedo protection. Yeah, that torpedo might as well have done nothing. They need to hit her with about 8 before she's in trouble. That said, we have to be worried about air attack, but I think they're going for our carriers, which is what I did also, to be fair. So there's a possibility. Okay, I think the Chokai is pretty dead. There's a possibility we sneak through with our our 3 remaining 16-inch gunships here and get in range of those carriers. And if we do, they're as good as dead. Speaking of which, by the way, we should really prep for another strike, although maybe I should technically wait until they're done attacking us, because field aircraft conflagrations and all that, but we'll be fine, probably. Target will be about there. Get it ready. It's not as big as our first strike by far, but partially losses, partially maybe aircraft haven't cycled back in yet, but we've got to try to follow up as best we can anyway. There's no real way of telling whether we disabled any other carriers or not. So we just have to keep hitting them until we stop getting hit back. Oh boy. Okay, somebody really hated that destroyer. There are 14 jet attack aircraft coming in on Montana. Apparently they didn't achieve much. Let's see, latest reports still have them down here somewhere. Or that's a latest report, which still has them down here somewhere, so I mean, the range is only under 50 nautical miles. We're traveling 30 knots. If they're not headed straight away from us, we'll reach gun range pretty quickly, actually. Unfortunately, our escorts have taken losses and gotten very scattered, but could be worse. We should at least have a few destroyers with us still when we get there. Well, that's excellent if true. Might not be true. What are those? Oh, destroyers. We're also still engaging what's left of their surface force, but it's just a couple of battered light cruisers and destroyers. That's not gonna stop us. I would assume they're over there about now. But, 36 nautical miles. I don't know what it is we think is a CV. I don't think it's a CV, whatever it is. Because our airstrikes are pretty much done. I'm pretty sure they're misidentifying some kind of cruiser as a CV. But I'll take it, whatever it is. Good seas to you too, Promain. We're, hopefully winning a glorious victory over Japan at the moment. We've, pretty well blown a giant hole through their surface fleet, and hopefully we're finding their carriers somewhere over here. True. There's something. Do we think that something is a carrier formation? What's the latest reports say? Oh, over there somewhere. That is the latest. They're a little scattered, though. I don't know. Let's head vaguely this way. I guess head towards that dot. That could be it. Of course they are. Are we ready to launch again yet? Yes. Okay, your target's gonna be, I don't know. About here somewhere, probably, maybe. Maybe the strike will find it precisely enough to help us, find them. What happened to Franklin D. Roosevelt? Why isn't she in formation? Where is Franklin D. Roosevelt? There she is. Franklin? You haven't taken any hits. Why are you not with your division? There might just be songs about this one. We've definitely, for a certainty, killed their only battlecruiser. It came up against all three of our battlecruisers and our battleship, and yeah, died. CVL. Well, we'll see about that, but I think that's the target that's worth chasing. It's a shame we've lost all of our escorts, but, oh well. Where are they? Sure. Wait, CV? That's not a CV, that's a light cruiser. You can't lie to me. Oh my god, the piles of sunken ships everywhere. What is that? I don't know. Might be the wreck of their battlecruiser, actually. That probably is their carrier formation down there, running. Hopefully not running fast enough to outrun our aircraft. Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. We are also out of missiles, but I think that their carrier formation mostly fired theirs at us earlier, so hopefully at least we're not going to get plastered by a ton of them as we come in. I respect these two light cruisers. They are not giving up on harassing us. That looks like a burning and sinking CV over there, so I guess our airstrike had some effect. Hmm. take it you guys found them. Yeah, they are 20,000 yards away, but I know they can technically hit us from there. Honestly, the airstrike might... Yes, please do, Hull. I'm sure you can have all the survivors from a battlecruiser on board. Alright, two of you will do it. Three? Alright, sure. Okay, that's a confirmed Unryu class carrier that is very much not okay over there. And that's definitely the rest of their carrier force down here. So this, yeah. This could be a war winner right here. Well, there's a light carrier. Sure. Chuyo. Alright, well. Introduce it to some 16-inch shells, why don't we? I love enthusiasm. Yeah, oh, Whipple. For the record, I believe Whipple is the only ship we've lost so far, so we're doing alright. Okay, Chuyo is going to die. There's a Taiho class. That would be a very worthwhile target for our guns also. Close? What? First of all, no, and second of all, where? Where'd you? Up here? Kearsarge, Franklin D. Roosevelt. Yes, there you are. Where is there a... Oh. I see. I think your screens have probably got this, Roosevelt. You'll be fine. I'm more worried about the carriers. Let's put it that way. Okay, Chuyo is probably dead. It's a light carrier. There's no way it can take very much 16-inch gunfire. We are... Well, we're low on ammo, but not that low. No. Just keep trying until your escorts scare the destroyer away. We don't want to get torpedoed, but that Taiho is pretty much a sitting duck. And at no point have their aircraft tried to go after our battleships and battlecruisers, so... Just gonna do some slight maneuvers to try to avoid getting torpedoed. Oh, hey, she's turning. Okay, well, I can turn too. That's fine. Okay. I think somebody just hit that annoying destroyer up here with a missile. Yeah, they definitely did. Great job. Hopefully Franklin D. Roosevelt can finally turn now. What is this line of reports? What is that? Okay. We are kind of turning into the teeth of all their destroyers here. Don't love that. At least a few of our destroyers finally caught up. Now, damn it. Have our aircraft returned yet? Mostly, I think. It looks like it, yeah. Okay, well, let's get another strike ready then. Shall we? We keep hitting them until we run out of planes. Which will happen eventually, because their SAMs are exacting a fearful toll upon us, but it'll take a while. Longer for some than others. These two aren't really okay. Not in terms of their air wings, that is. Well, air wings are easier to replace than whole carriers. Well, that makes a lot of sense, yeah. Damn it, Montana, did you just lose 20 knots of speed from that torpedo? You're not even badly damaged. It's just a torpedo. You're 65,000 tons. Get over it. Okay, well, we're gonna have a risk in the United States. Worry about this instead. Actually, yes, I always forget I can do this. That's what I would like you to hit, please. I know that's a carrier. Alright. Okay. Well. We killed at least one carrier by gunfire, maybe two. That might have to... We might have to settle for... Oh, hey, we're actually shooting now that we've turned broadside. That's something at least. We're also still way too close to this destroyer. Could we not get torpedoed more, maybe? Surely that thing is dying by now. We're kind of chasing them into Way Highway, which is our port, so I don't know how that's going to work out for them. Could we maybe delete some of the more outdated reports here again? We are really, really clogging up the map with these things. Okay, Montana's a little crippled speed. How is this destroyer still here? Go away. Everybody's still firing at Chuyo instead of... Alright, United States, go home. Oh, I needed to... Did I need to press OK instead of... Yeah. Essex, didn't I tell you to go home ages ago? The good news is, I don't think that they've had any luck at all attacking. Is this the 1st Carrier Division? Yes. No, they have not actually. This is pretty much where all of their aircraft have been attacking all day, and they have not taken any hits to the carriers. So, we're alright. Also, these carriers are 26 nautical miles apart from each other. Our carrier formation is pretty much. We should just sail south and have a gunfight with their carriers at this point. Use IDs for what? The reports? Because, yeah, those could stand to be improved somehow. Damn it, Montana. 10 knots. You can do better than that. Alright, how's the airstrike coming along? Your target is, probably this cluster that's 21 nautical miles away. Let's go ahead and everybody launch. Oh, hey, Franklin D. Roosevelt rejoined formation. Yeah. They better have a lot of SAMs left in this cluster, or they are about to suffer. There's another cluster. I think there's just a Tahoe in there, aside from all the. That doesn't look like a CV to me, it's too small. I think that's a destroyer. Damn it, really? Just as we're getting into firing range. I think there's only one carrier in this cluster, though. If we kill that, then that's pretty much the useful fighting elements dealt with. No, don't stand down your spotted aircraft. That's the enemy carrier formation. Just, attack it. That actually might be mostly just cruisers at this point. I don't know how many carriers. They don't have that many heavy cruisers left either, though, so. Don't spot down anything. Just. Good grief. Why do I have to press it so many times? Once for every aircraft formation? Probably. Oh, saving ship files. Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, at least something's hitting these guys. That might just all be cruisers. I don't know. The post-battle analysis will tell, but I don't know how many carriers we've gotten today. It's probably going to be more than I think. I only know about 2, but I bet there's actually been more. All of my battle cruisers are still here, even though I've told 2 out of 3 of them to go home. Although nothing's really hitting them additionally, so. Eh. Did one of those say a mine? Maybe that was just a misread, so it was clicking through quickly. Yeah, that is an accurate analysis of what the carriers are currently doing. The range is now measured in yards instead of nautical miles, which is fine. Oh. Um. Hmm. That was a lot of missiles. And oh yeah, I got the detonation sound, and that thing blew up. That might have even been a. That might have been the carrier. It probably was. Probably was just a heavy cruiser, but Could have been a carrier, theoretically. Montana, why? What's even wrong with you? Mine torpedo. Yeah, you limited flooding. Flooding is fine. Fix your engines. Oh, hey, that's a carrier. It's on fire. I don't think it's okay. Well, there was at least one there for sure then. I don't, yeah. I have still only lost one ship. Um, this has actually become almost hilariously one-sided. Hmm. Bit of a suicide run there. Let's, Of course, the fact that we're only going 10 knots is not reassuring. Yeah, no, if they're on fire, they're as pretty much as good as dead if they're Japanese. I mean, their damage control is not any better in game than it was in real life either. There are tons of them, just like, conflagrations among fueled aircraft, poorly trained crews, etc. I think there is still a Teiho down here, but I can't really get to her on account of these destroyers are scaring me. Good for them, I guess, but the range is currently 15,000 yards between USS Bonhomme Richard and Zoikaku. That's normal. It must be closer by like 4,000 yards between Yorktown and Zoikaku, actually. Oh, good, they're turning into the wind to bring their broadsides to bear on Zoikaku. Oh, she sank. I was hoping we'd get a few more 5-inch, 3-inch carrier hits in. Well, what's left? There's a couple of ships scraping along the coast over here. I'm not sure if we did sink the carrier or not. Something exploded real big time, but they might have other stuff still alive. I mean, they do have other stuff still alive. I don't know if it's the carrier or not. So I guess we close in and try to finish that off. There is also still a significant formation over here. Whether it's actually got any carriers left in it is... I mean, at this point, our combat air patrol is literally like almost over their carrier formation as well as ours. So it's probably safe to say we have air superiority. All these are running. We're not really going to catch them as... Oh boy, 12 knots. Well, it's progress. As long as Montana refuses to do better than 12 knots, we're not really going to catch them, but we could launch another strike to our west. We're a little... Well, that's still a pretty decent number, actually. Let's do it. There's still floating ships over there. We might as well blow them up. That's actually quite a substantial. Apparently they've recovered their main air group at some point here. Oh, you're low on ASMs, Kearsarge. Well, wow, we're running out of ASMs. That hasn't happened in a while. How many aircraft is this? 42? Okay, well, you guys switch to heavy bombs. That's safe and reasonable. I guess this is going to have to be the last strike, because we are... Yeah. It would seem the enemy basically... Oh, yes, air supremacy. Yeah, that's fair at this point. It would seem. Wow. What happened to you, Shangri-La? I think she's just not... She takes ages to recover her aircraft because she went into this bay up here for some reason. Wait. Who the hell... My carriers do the weirdest stuff when I'm not paying attention to them. Well, yes, Essex, this is why I tried to tell you to return to base ages ago. In fact, why don't all of you just cruise into Way Highway before any of you sink? You've done your jobs for now. I don't think Japanese fleet is coming back from this one, to be honest. This was, pretty much a demonstration of superior firepower. I don't even know why. Their aircraft were not effective at all today, really. We got the first strike in, and we never really got hit in big numbers by them. I couldn't even tell you why, because they should have as many aircraft as us, but... Although theirs, I believe, are all not supersonic, but... We haven't fully transitioned over either, so who knows. In 2199? Yeah, that sounds about right. Did all the battle cruisers make it in? Good. I was more worried about them than Montana. I mean, aside from the, only going 12 knots, Montana is pretty much fine. Oh boy, enemy aircraft. I guess that does mean they still have a working carrier somewhere. On the other hand, yeah, they're getting shredded by our cap every time, it seems like. Probably because there's about, what, literally like 30 or 40 fighters on continuous cap around this air group. Oh, that's true, there are land bases. Like, that's in range, even though it's far away, but it's actually only 174 nautical miles, so... Easily in range, really? Well, who the hell's this? Oh my god, why? Wait, when? How? I thought they'd all go back into port. Why are you over here? I can't even take command. Why are you over here? Well, she'll be fine. She's only 50 nautical miles from a base. She would just go to it. I don't even really know what to hit anymore, but I mean... Alright, the last report that I'm aware of... Or, I mean, they definitely have a formation over here somewhere, so... Let's just go ahead and launch at it and hope they find it. Wanted a quick smoke, huh? Makes about as much sense as anything. Oh, second carrier division. Changing it up for once. I think this is second. There's still so many patrol aircraft. I'm not too concerned about it. believe I just saw somebody was glide bombing us, which is not the latest and greatest, is it? Sure. No, actually, because you've just launched all your aircraft, so hold on. United States, what are you doing? Please go to the nearest friendly base immediately. The nearest friendly base is not on the other side of the sea, by the way. Sure, I shouldn't be telling all these escorts to go into port before the carriers, but it should be fine. But apparently they found something to hit over here. I don't know what, but well, some of them say there's a CV. Hopefully there is, and they're killing it. Yeah, I think they've run out of SAMs because they we are not taking major losses from AA anymore, and we are landing a lot of hits. Well, if there was a carrier over here, look, just because I'm part of the government doesn't mean I have any idea what the rest of the government is doing. Hmm. There are ships chasing the United States, though. Probably chasing is a strong word. Pretty sure she heavily outguns whatever it is, but I don't love it anyway. Well, if there was a... have you recovered your aircraft yet? I'm sure they'll land on you. Hmm. They'll figure it out. I don't actually know how that works. I feel like maybe they won't figure it out, but... Eh. Port Arthur? Oh. Alright, well, I guess everybody's finding their way back to port, except for USS United States. Oh, great. Okay, well, it's 3 heavy jets. That's probably not going to exactly sink her, but... And they tried glide bombing instead of missile attacks. Why? I mean, at this point, it doesn't even really matter if something terrible befalls the United States, because the damage we've done to the Japanese fleet far exceeds the value of a battlecruiser, but still. Alright, all of you head into port. We can go home at this point. There's probably some Japanese ships still floating somewhere, but I've lost track of them. This is true. There is a perfectly good airfield right here. No, I think they did figure it out, actually. Maybe. Or they all just crashed, but, you know, honestly, that's on them at that point. Hmm. There are heavy jets continuously attacking us. I don't know if there's actually... Well, allegedly there is a carrier up here. Although, I think that's a really old report, maybe. Yeah. There might be a carrier up there, but I'm pretty content with what we've achieved. There we are. Oh my god. That's one of the more one-sided results I've ever seen. So, we've lost 1 destroyer, with an additional destroyer, heavy cruiser, and battle cruiser heavily damaged. but survived. Japan has apparently lost 20 destroyers, 4 light cruisers, a heavy cruiser, a light carrier, 6 fleet carriers, and a battle cruiser. So that's about half their entire fleet, give or take. Aircraft wise, we lost 141 and they lost 840. We had a hugely lopsided air to air loss ratio as well. This is pretty much Midway, yeah. It's actually worse because we didn't even lose Yorktown. We just straight up bulldozed them. Yeah. Wow. They're they actually still have quite a few carriers, but I don't think they're coming back from this one. So let's see here. Harusame, gunfire by 5-inch guns from our destroyers, it looks like. Oyashio, 1 missile from an airstrike. Flooding, sank. Nawaki, 1 torpedo, no, 1 mine, sank. Shiranui, missiles and 5-inch gunfire. Akishimo, 4 missiles from our destroyers, just obliterated. Let's see, Smith here took 8 6-inch hits and survived. Good for her. Whipple. Oh, this is our one loss of the battle. Poor USS Whipple was hit by 5 missiles early on in the battle, tanking for our fleet. Although this is arguably a large part of what won the battle for us, is the Japanese prematurely launched pretty much every missile they had. I'm pretty sure at Whipple. Most of them missed even, but apparently enough hit to kill her. But and then when daylight came and we returned fire with our missiles, we were far more effective because we could actually see their whole fleet instead of 1 scout destroyer. Yeah, their missile weight has definitely gone down a lot. Yeah, so poor Whipple here died, but we recovered her survivors. She was a worthy sacrifice. Shirakumo, 2 missiles and some 5-inch. Shinonome, 3 16-inch rounds and a lot of 5-inch. Our destroyers did pretty well, ship to ship as well. 2 16-inch and some 5-inch for Yanagi. Oriskany was hit by a missile, which certainly caused some fire, but she was never badly damaged. Sashio, 5 missiles. Pretty much flooding. Yeah. Udachi, 5 missiles. Also not okay. Yeah. We definitely got the better of the missile fight, even without our airstrikes. But Oshio, 8 missiles, 4 16-inch shells. Yeah, most of these missiles that are killed their destroyers were from our destroyers. So even though theirs have SSMs, we apparently used ours better. Shigure hit a mine, sank. That's 2 of them that hit mines. Interesting. Harutsuki, 2 missiles, airstrike, sank. Suzanami, 4 missiles from Montana even. Oh yeah, wow. Looks like she was just killed mostly by secondary fire, basically, from our heavy ships. Miyuki, missile, and fire, abandoned. Kazugumo, a missile and a torpedo, and a whole bunch of 5-inch shells. Naganami, a missile and 5-inch shells. Our destroyers really... Well, all these destroyers of theirs, a lot of them have these the 4 6-inch guns and such. Once they wasted all their missiles, they were heavily outgunned in a brawl with our destroyers. A missile and 5-inch shells and sank due to flooding. Akigumo, 2 missiles. I get the sense their damage control was not the best. I feel like plenty of our ships survived 1 missile. Theirs, not so much. Hayashio, 2 missiles, 4 torpedoes. Well, that'll probably do it. Bulk, that is unnecessary overkill on a destroyer, but alright. Indianapolis here did take 2 missiles, and I thought she was kind of done for, but she never took any flotation damage, and she put the fire out, so good for her. United States was hit by just a torpedo, which caused a lot of flooding, partially because she was wandering around the sea for ages, but Essex was actually only hit by 1 missile, which also managed to cause a lot of flooding, but she didn't sink, so. Then we get into the light cruisers. Kitakami, 6 missiles from. See, their SAMs did a lot of damage while they lasted, but apparently we outlasted their SAM ammunition towards the end, I think. Let's see. Destroyers off of Star Jumper and Kearsarge and Yorktown and Wasp and. Well, she was actually getting the fire under control until she sank due to the flooding. Rough. Oh, this is a weird. Oh, this has SAMs, though. That's a lot to shove into a light cruiser. Isuzu, 7 missiles from. Yeah, air attack. Fire. Yayama, 4 missiles and also some 16-inch gunfire. And 5-inch gunfire. Yeah, no, the battlecruisers did this one in. I think this is one of the ones that was chasing us for ages. Unebi, 2 missiles, a bunch of 16-inch and 5-inch gunfire, and died. Yeah, I think the missiles were actually very late in the day. She was already dead due to 16-inch gunfire. Montana did eat 2 torpedoes, but it didn't actually hurt very much. Well, all the speed she lost was annoying, but she was in no danger of sinking. Chokai, yeah, this one got 4 torpedoes, 8 missiles, 39 16-inch shells, and who knows what even killed her. I think the missiles, actually, are what disabled her initially. Oh yeah, and they sank her through flooding outright, actually, but we then proceeded to hammer her with a ton of gunfire. Carriers. Well, Chuyo here was hit by 1 missile by a destroyer off of USS Hornet, but she put the fire out, to her credit, albeit a bit of a flooding problem, and she probably would have been fine until she started taking 16-inch shells, at which point she was super not fine. He here was, I mean, she got quadruple teamed by our entire gun line. The 125 16-inch shells are probably what fundamentally did her in, although the 13 heavy missiles, apparently all of which hit her in the engine room, probably also hurt. A wild proportion of these did hit in the engine room. Yeah, she died. I don't even know where the sinking thing is, but I mean, it's no mystery. She was hit by an overwhelming amount of firepower. And 6 carriers. I only knew about 2 or 3. So apparently our airstrikes were good value. Kurama here was hit by, this is a Taiho class, 61,000 tons. Let's see here. Oh boy, launch delayed due to enemy presence. 1 16-inch near miss, but then, yeah, airstrike managed to. Oh, this is the one that had a straight up magazine detonation due to an airstrike. Well done, USS Yorktown. I appreciate she was hit by 3 other missiles in the same tick, which apparently started a conflagration among fueled aircraft, although that feels less relevant than the magazine detonation. Awaji, only 2 missiles. Yeah, see, well, one Coronado off of Yorktown hit her with a missile. Conflagration. Oh, she got the fire down to 1, and then it steadily burned further out of control until. Oh, she was also hit by one off of Shangri-La, but yeah, no. She almost put the fire out, and then it expanded again until they had to abandon her. That's Zoikaku class. Zoikaku herself got much more hammered by airstrikes off of. Oh, no, look at that. One missile from USS Wasp actually fueled aircraft explode. Fires rage out of control before our remaining aircraft showed up and hit her with a bunch more missiles. Katsuragi, 23 missiles and 4 bombs for good measure. This must have been the one that was off to the west towards the end. She apparently did get hit by 2 missiles, but managed to avgas explosion. I mean, she just was fighting this fire for like. Oh, wait, what? She put the fire out and then had a spontaneous avgas explosion 2.5 hours later. Which I didn't know was a thing that could happen in game. But this spontaneous avgas explosion had her on the brink of burning to a crisp before we proceeded to hit her with piles of missiles from all 10 of our carriers. Rough, Japan. Kirishima. 1 missile off of USS Wasp. Conflagration among fueled aircraft. Fires out of control. Ship abandoned. Well, a whole hour and 20 minutes later, fueled aircraft explode. Yep, okay. Seen that one before. And Amagi. 5 missiles from air attack, although it would appear that the first one, fueled aircraft explode, and yeah. I appreciate that the fire spread to 11 was reduced, but was still out of control and the ship was abandoned in the same tick. Yeah, that's the Japanese damage control did not stand up well today for their carriers. Wow, 81,159 to 0.
Thanks for watching, sailors. I hope you enjoyed. New parts will be up every other day, or you can watch live on Twitch. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like or subscribing. Have a nice day, sailors. This is Sea Lord Janda, signing off.